So the crescent kick is a variation of the axe kick that pretty much is coming from the outside. And it's a great kick to be used from close distance. Crescent kick is a variation of the axe kick that pretty much is coming from the outside. And it's a great kick to be used from close distance. The way we're going to check it out first, it's kicking it from the blind spot, which is pretty much, in my opinion, the best way to throw the crescent kick because, as I mentioned it before in our previous videos, it's harder to block and harder to see when it's coming. What you want to make sure though is throwing it on or landing it on the side of the head. With the new rules, with the updated new rules in Olympic sparring, you cannot land your crescent kick in the back of the head. So let's check out 3 ways of throwing the crescent kick from the blind spot. And what you need to make sure first is that you are going to be in a clinch in a close stance. So there's the first way where the action pretty much happens from a close stance already, from the start. And let's say you guys exchange kicks, or you can just jump into the clinch with a punch, just like this. And from here, you have a perfect position to throw on the blind spot, which is this side on the outside. You're gonna use your arms to push, or even for support, and from there, you are just gonna throw it over. The second way would be jumping in the clinch with a punch or walking forward with a punch. And I'm saying walking because on the punch you would step in, all right? Let's say the sparring action happens somewhere over here. At some point you decide to step in with a punch, and again you would be in the perfect position to throw the crescent kick from a blind spot. From here the action will go in the same way. I suggest to use your arms. You're going to push, and using your arms is going to help you with your support as well, and then you just throw over as well. The last way you could do it is, let's say, in a case where the action, and this is something that you cannot always control, the action ends up in the clinch in an open stance. You are more like this. You can always switch your feet and throw over the blind spot as well. So this one could work even with the fake kick before. You go here, you push, and while you push, you switch your legs, and then you just get over it as well. Let's check out the other ways, throwing the crescent kick from an open stance. When you throw the crescent kick from an open stance, you have to keep in mind that it's way easier to dodge and way easier to block. And this is why. If the distance is right here and you are in guarding stance and you just want to go straight with the crescent kick, this one is going to be very easy to dodge because obviously they just see you. This is a kick that you actually see very well coming from the outside. It has like a kick that has a lot of volume, so they're going to see you and they just need to dodge it in order for you to miss. And the way you can land it is by making it much longer, all right? So that would be the first way you can land it from an open stance. If you are here in guarding stance, you have to know that they're about to dodge you or they want to block you, and you want to make it longer than the usual. So this one is a type of crescent kick that you can actually use from the regular distance, not just really close distance, okay? When it comes to the really close distance, again, this is the part where it's very easy to block because normally their both arms would be on this side, right? Or would be right here in front of you. So they only need to just block you, and they have both arms available to block you there, and so they have much more power when you throw a crescent kick right here straight towards their face, all right? So the way you could use it actually is as a longer kick. So the first method would be you have regular distance, you would block their front leg right here, and then you get around the front leg and you go long into that crescent kick. The second way you could use it is by having it part of a bigger combo, all right? So let's say I landed in a close stance, I'm throwing with my other leg over. So I do a crescent kick here, then I can get back and back with my leg on the open side. And this way, you could actually land it on an open side again. But keep in mind, when you throw on the open side, it's gonna be very easy to dodge and much easier to block than you would be throwing it on the blind side, which is the reason that most athletes throw it firstly on the blind side. Let's say this one doesn't work, and then you keep trying on the other side, okay? So you can do both sides, and this way you can land it on the open side as well. The last method you can throw a crescent, or the last method that we recommend you throwing a crescent kick from the open side, is by faking it, disguising it in a body level kick. So for example, if I'm here in guarding stance, I will let my leg go forward towards the body, and in the last second you actually switch on the crescent kick, and it looks more like a big rainbow that covers your opponent, okay? So if you would be here, you let your leg hover more towards the body, but then on the last second you change and you actually get all the way around it. So from a guarding stance here, you get forward and then switch into a crescent kick head level. And here we are. These are my favorite ways of throwing a crescent kick. And if you have any other suggestions, don't forget to leave us a comment. We'll see you in the next episode. W1 out.